Irakli, yesterday we asked Levan, I said if Irakli was 120 kilo, if Irakli 120 kilo, pure muscle, and I asked him, would Irakli have a chance against you? He said maybe possible. What do you think?
You are asked to the
Levan. I asked Levan yesterday.
Мы спрашивали Левана.
I understand English,
okay.
but
I asked Levan. I asked Levan if Irakli was 120 kilo muscle guy, 120 kilo. I said, could Irakli beat you? And he said maybe. And can you ask Irakli if Irakli was 120 kilo pure muscle, would he have a chance against Levan? But tell him not to be nice. Just tell the honestly.
შენ იგივე კითხვა რომ დავუსვა როგორ ფიქრობ რომ თვითონ პროგრამი შეძლებს თუ არა ლემონისთან
I really believe he could be very dangerous for many.
No,
and also for Levan, if 120 pure.
Он говорит, что он не знает этого, понимаете, он не может представить себя 120 килограммов, но говорил, что эти последние года он вообще-то любит работать со столом, да, и он очень часто, почти всегда работает с Леваном на столом. И это очень усилило его, и после, например, руки Левана он уже, например, в низкую весовую категорию ни с кем не сможет, например, работать, да, и после этого он очень усилил, и, например, он только, например, с Леваном мог бы поработать, и человек, которым, например, если может с кем-то бороться, с Леван может он более хорошо тренировать его со столом.
So, first of all, it's hard for him to imagine himself at 120 kilos, but he said that he loves to arm wrestle on table, and now he's all the time arm wrestling together with Levan. And he said he's so used to arm wrestling with Levan's arm, with someone who has big arm, that he feels that kind of training has put him on another level. Because he's always arm wrestling someone with huge arms. So he feels like I think the category change is well impacted from this factor because he's more comfortable with bigger arms and getting stronger by training together with Levan.
Yeah, but what I think, Irakli is young and all that height and biomechanics and forearm height. It's possible for him to be 100 and 120
Give him
or
5
even
years.
120. Yeah, and he's still young. And we will see. And great genetics.
Lalachin was 85 kilo. Lalachin is 205. But
Levan was 90 kilos.
Levan was 90 kilos as well.
2013.
Maybe Irakli,
before
5 years later, Irakli, 5 years later, maybe on the top 8 final, you and Ziraqashvili final, top 8.
Okay.
Or at first top 8 95 maybe, no?
He needs to win all of them.
What about top 8
I asked you a
95?
question. If you were like 100 kilo, Irakli, 100 kilo, and you cut down to 95 kilo, super good 95 kilo. Do you believe that, you have a chance against Rustam Babayev and Ongarbayev? I believe that you have a chance, but what do you think? But not now, but maybe like you gain a little bit more weight, 10 kilo maybe more.
In a year, 2 years?
Yeah.
Раз იმას ზალმანი როგორ ფიქრობ აი ბაბაევთან ონგარბაევთან გაქვთ რა შანსი может Да, он говорит, что он может, если бы бить, например, 100 килограмм и снизить, например, 5 килограмм, он свободно сможет, например, конкурировать с этими спортсменами.
He feels that, if he gains 100 kilos and can cut down 5, he feels that he has a lot of good chances against any of those athletes.
Он говорит, что, когда последний год, когда он уже прибавил например, 10 килограмм, да, он считает, что в зале со всеми может, например, бороться, да, нет человека, с кем он проигрывал просто так, понимаете, да, и поэтому он считает, что еще несколько килограммов бы его хватило, чтобы минимально бороться с ним.
Mm-hmm. So as he has added those 10 kilos to his frame, right now he said that there isn't anyone who can just go through him whenever he arm wrestles in a gym. So he said, if I gain another 10, there's more confidence to that I can almost all time win.
Did he say something about Zolev? He didn't say, right?
No.
Yeah, okay. But do
because you want to see Irakli Zolev.
Yeah. Like, do you like if a super match happened against Zolev under 90 kilo, would you accept right now? Maybe like in 3 months later, would you accept?
This year.
Да, он согласится.
Yes.
Но он говорит, что всегда он интересуется собой, как бы он подготовился, если бы думал только на одном спортсмене, понимаете, да? Когда, например, суперматч придет, у тебя есть время, чтобы подготовиться только для одного человека. А другая часть, когда ты тренируешься для всеми, понимаете, да, на Европе и на мире. Например, на последний год, когда на Европе он один раз выиграл, второй матч проиграл, например, с Артуром, да, у него были какие-то планы, да, против него, но не 100%, он не 100% подготовился для Артура, но он, например, думал, что должен усилить более всего, чтобы у него было более шанса с ним бороться, да. А если думать какую-то на одну спортсмену, например, на Хаджимурата или на кого-то другого, он думает, что у него есть больше шансов подготовиться более хорошо.
So as he has prepared right now, he's almost all the time focusing on everything. Like in tournament, you have a lot of different opponents, a lot of different styles, arms, everything. So he's trying to basically clear as much as possible. As he won
for everyone.
Yeah, as he won first time and lost to Artur in Europeans before going to Worlds. He was thinking a little bit more about Artur because he know he have to meet him again. And he said that if I have to prepare for one athlete, I can get better and stronger for that athlete.
Yeah. This is what's the common sense. But how does he see his chance against Zolev in the percentage? What's the percentage?
Например, он никогда не встретился с ним, он не знает, на какую физическую подготовку у него есть, например, сейчас или когда-либо, да, на каком уровне он, но он думает, что, например, сейчас, в какой форме находится, если прибавить еще немного, например, 5 килограммов, да, он думает, что не будет, например, в легком категории, например, не в абсолютке, не будет человека, который может его просто так выиграть, да, это, например, ниже 100 килограммов.
So he has never met Zoloev on table, so he doesn't really know the answer to this. But he said that if he adds at least 5 kilos, he feels like there will not be anyone who can win him easily under 100 kilos. But he said that he will feel very confident because he's much stronger now than he has ever been. And he feels that if he adds a little bit more, there's more confidence and more strength in him.
So he doesn't want to say, openly that, he would win or lose or something, but he believes himself, he would step up against anyone if he gets a little bit bigger.
Georgian mentality.
Yeah. What's your opinion, Engin? What's your opinion, Engin? If it would happen maybe in end of year, like. What do you think?
Between Zoloev and him?
Yeah, end of year.
I mean,
Istanbul.
I kind of think that, it wouldn't be easy. I mean, if Zoloev wants to win,
for who?
It wouldn't be easy for any of them. But if Zoloev wants to win, he needs to really dominate him. If he cannot curl his wrist in, if they stay like this, I kind of. But sometimes I think that Zoloev also wins sometimes with, he beats Pleman that way, but Pleman kind of opens himself, his shoulder a little bit. He opens and he only pulls. This guy also controls the wrist and stays close, and he can still hit with the shoulder to the sideway.
Yeah.
So I just think that if Zoloev hooks him, he's gonna beat him. But if he cannot hook him, then probably he won't be able to win. I think because I give the edge to Irakli.
Yeah, Zoloev is struggling against such styles as Irakli, like Tautiev and Plameng. Those are really dangerous for Zoloev. So Irakli could have a quite similar chance to top roll.
And now he has more horsepower.
Do it, who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, and he has more horsepower now. Yeah. So it wouldn't be easy.
Dangerous.
Janis, you never win the match with your name. You need to actually go there and bring the arm down. I mean, it doesn't matter. Tautiev was not even close to Zolev's name. If you compare the career, Zolev's name is here, Tautiev is still here, but he won. So you never know.
Historical achievements does nothing. Yeah, historical achievements does nothing when you are in fight.
Yeah. They're
that's history.
They don't say that you are a legend, so you start like this. They don't say this. You start shoulders square. Yeah, you need to get there with your own power. Yeah. Wow. So you should ask something, Raymond.
Okay.
You are the one.
Now I want to ask. I want по-русски, по-английски. Лучше русский спрашивать, будет легче, наверное, тебе.
Да, я понимаю, но как вам...
Первое. Сколько раз в неделю борется? Иракли на столе сколько раз в неделю борется? И второй, как он думает, что у него важнее на подготовке и форме? Это борьба на столе или работа весом в зале? Что важнее?
Translate, Janis, what you said. Easy.
I asked at first how often he pulls on a table, like once a week, twice a week, how often he practices on a table, and second, what he thinks for him is more important, work on table or work with weights in the gym and weight training.
Например, он сказал раньше, и вы говорили, я не смог, например, ответить, просто он сказал, что он не может, например, как и такой крупный спортсмен, сказать, что он ее выигрывает или проигрывает. Да? Он просто знает, что он, например, сильный, больше сильный, чем, например, в прошлом году, да, и просто он думает, что может быть, со всеми побороться, да, и просто сказал один тот, что только Леван может сказать, что он со всеми выигрывает, да, другие люди должны просто тестировать это, понимаете, должны встретиться, да, друг с другом, и тогда и узнаем этого. А те на борьбу со столом, да, у него есть, для него это обе очень важные, обе очень важно, да, просто у него есть такой организм, что он может бороться где-то 2 часа, а после этого тренироваться свободно, понимаете? Просто у него, например, когда мы тренируемся, например, в сборную, да, у него просто все уже опускают руки, и он уже хочет еще бороться, да, и после этого уже начинает, например, тренироваться, да, у него такой организм. Но в неделю, например, один день только со столом, а в других днях каждый день может бороться, если у него есть какая-то конкурент для этого.
So first of all, he said that when we talk about Zoloev, he's not saying that he would beat or lose to some athlete or some guy. He said that he feels confident and he feels stronger that he would love to have a match. And if someone, and he would step up. And if someone could say that he would beat anyone, that would be Levin. When Levin says he can beat anyone, then we listen to him. Other thing, when we talk about training on table, and he said that his organism, like his body, is very, very. He has very good endurance, so he can arm wrestle for 2 hours and then just go on and do his training. And when everyone's exhausted, with weights in the gym. So he said he will spend at least 1 day in a week where they just work on table. And whenever he's training, if there's some challenge in the gym, he will take that challenge and he will arm wrestle with them as well.
And the national team, when they do arm wrestling in Team Georgia, he's last one who is standing. If someone still is ready to pull, he is always ready to pull.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, but you said that he arm wrestle first and then go do his lifting. Does he ever think that it is better to lift and then arm wrestle just to warm up, the arms, and then, I always think that, it is better to leave this is a conversation for all of us, not for only Irakli, but, it is always good to, just you lift and then your arms are, if not done with the weight, but you are very good warmed up, you can, when you pull, it is less risk of the injury, because everything is warmed up with the body. And I always like to leave the arms with the memory of the arm wrestling and then rest instead of the
to finish training with arm wrestling.
Yeah, and then just because it is the perfect muscle memory, because this is how you want to, everything you lift is for arm wrestling table. We are arm wrestlers. We lift for arm wrestling. We don't arm wrestle for the lifts. So I'm just saying that, whenever I train, there is no other that better coordination training than table for arm wrestling. And when you train, you train everything, your finger and wrist, front wrist, pronation, left, and the side pressure, bicep, everything working together. And whenever I train them all together and then rest, I feel like so good that, now I eat, rest, everything is in the shape that I left. Whenever I lift, and it is not the same muscle memory that I would wish to have. Of course, we need to lift too, and just lift.
From theoretical aspect, it would be good to have a difference. So it's as always, you need different stimuli. And it would be good that once you maybe do gym and then you do arm wrestling, another time you do only maybe arm wrestling when you're fresh, and another time you do against arm wrestling and then some exercise. So just to have this difference, to change the stimuli.
I don't know. I would do only that for the blood pumping, just to heal the arms. But
because training process is adaptation, and you need different stimuli as much as possible. That's really important as well.
You wouldn't do that before the tournament, maybe you do in the year, off times or something, but because you are trying to build it, like I start like from full motion, even with the weightlifting, and then half motion, and then goes to the static. Then I leave it, you understand? Maybe blood pumping with the weight. And then the same, you start the training with the single muscle group, and then I end up with the coordination training. Do you understand? And then I train them all together, and then leave it for the muscle memory, because at the end, we want our arm and arm wrestling muscle groups to be coordinated very well. Yeah. That is why maybe it is a mental thing, but this is how my perspective to arm wrestling.
Main thing, it works for you perfect, and actually it is a good way. But one more thing, muscles don't have memory. Brains have memory, because it's not
neural pathways are creating
and
memory.
But it's all
it's same thing. It's same thing.
No. You need to understand, when you say the muscle don't have memory, you can build the muscle in the way that you want. You understand? Maybe you are the guy who is doing a lot of stretching. Maybe you don't have memory. But whenever I do, like, look at this arm, I cannot drink water with my right hand. The pronator is tightened from there, shortened. You understand? It just keeps my arm there. That is why I lose this, not this. But you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't believe that what you said. You can shorten your tendons. You can really build and shape the muscles you have according to the training you do. This is what I say. Yeah. The arm doesn't react the same when you train differently. You disagree with this?
I agree. I wanted to ask, is Irakli, Irakli, you are still here? We are starting to discuss about.
Probably he's translating this to him, and probably, yeah.
Я все переводила уже и сказала, о чем говорили, да, там. Просто он тоже согласился, что с Engin, например, что более хорошо тренироваться, а на конце тренировок уже тогда
работать
со столом. Да, но есть те дни, которые интересно, как, например, ты будешь, например, работать со столом, когда ты не, например, ты не тренировалась, да? Просто какая сила у тебя отдохнувшим, да.
So he said he agrees with Engin and with us too, I think, Janis. Yes, yeah. That it's better to work with weights and then you arm wrestle, but sometimes he likes to do it when he's very fresh, just to see how much power he has for when he's somewhat fresh.
Yes. Arm wrestling you need to do fresh, of course. Yeah. But I'm just saying that if you do two of them together, I usually start with the weight and then end that I do only the light training after the table. Just to like maybe like recovery, you understand? Like just blood pumping, It would be just we took from his time of interview but it's good, sometimes discuss, because people watches and then it is good to hear for them to, different opinions, different perspective, because I always say that nobody knows the absolute truth. Maybe there is absolute truth about the anatomy of human beings, yes, I agreed with them. But when you are talking about a specific sport, and then there is no absolute one way to reach to the top. If there are some proven ways, I see Kazakhs, they have their own way. You cannot tell to Kazakhs that they don't know when they have the 7 gold medal and the world champion.
Exactly.
You cannot tell me that I don't know. You cannot tell to Janis he doesn't know. The only thing is that there are not only one way to reach to the top.
No.
There are more ways, and there are this way, that way, but there are proven ways. But I wouldn't agree with people who didn't prove, but has an opinion that, he claims that this is the best. You understand? If somebody has an idea, I would just tell him, prove on yourself or prove on someone else the theory or opinion or whatever. And then the method, and then let's talk. Not just by sitting by the keyboard and saying that, this is the best way, this is that way. Okay, what did you do with that idea? Okay, no results. So then just come on, just go do. Let the result work for you. I mean, talk for you. This is what I try to say.
Yeah, sure. You always have to experiment and learn. Experiment and learn. And when you stop learning, you're done. That's it.
Yes.
Always. Even myself, I'm still we are in arm wrestling for so many years, and I think you still try to learn and try to experiment and trying to find the new ways how to do and still always try to improve something. That's the main thing.
Time forces you. If you want to keep up, time forces you because everything is evolving. People are just getting. So you want to catch up with them. You need to continue learning. If you just say I know everything, that is the time that you will never progress. No matter what.
For example, Irakli, he's still young. He can train 5 days a week, max effort days every day. It's impossible for us to train like every day max effort. What we have to do, we have to train smarter.
Yeah, because you need to listen your body. Need to. Your body is there. You need to listen your body, and the truth for you can change for your age, for your injuries, health, everything. Okay, Raymond, ask.
I want to ask Irakli. Yeah. Irakli, what's your? You could name maybe some few idols, and you're still young in sport. Maybe you have some idols in arm wrestling. You would say which are your favorite arm wrestlers, or?
Let me name one. John Brzink for sure. Surprise, huh?
Он любит Левана, да, в таком смысле. Он всегда любит Левана.
Levan.
Not John? Not John?
Он думает, что да, Зенит был легендой, да, то просто он знает Левана, и он думает, что эти года для него, и он будет первым всегда.
So he said that Levan is his idol because he knows him so well. He trains together, and it's hard not to believe that he's the biggest inspiration for him right now, and he believes he will be the best for a long time.
Yeah, and in Georgia.
Когда он начинал, например, тренироваться в этот спорт, например, в 2012-2013 году, всегда в Грузии есть популярный Геннадий, да, Купиня, да, и он, например, смотрел его видео, и это был как-то, когда он начал тренироваться, он всегда был фанатом Геннадия, да, и это был как-то стимул для него, да, смотреть на него и, например, тренироваться с ним, научиться от него очень много чего-то. И он сегодня тоже с нами работает, да, он, например, главный тренер нашей команды, и у нас есть какие-то тренировки, командные тренировки 3 раза в неделю, и там мы встретимся, и обо всем, например, он нас учит, что знает, да.
Грузии много легкие веса.
Janis,
we miss it.
Yeah, in Georgia there are many lightweights and middleweights great, like Jabagetashvili, now it's like Onyani Bekele or Zurab.
Those are new generation. Jaba is the middle generation.
Middle and there are
Betkili are the new generation. And when you go all time, does he know Samkaradze? Betkiya Samkaradze?
Ну да, он даже в прошлом году или назад он в чемпионате Грузии выступал.
Самхарадзе боролся еще, да?
В котором выступали Иракли, да.
He said that Samkharadze was Armwrestling last year. Yeah, he was last year Armwrestling in competition in nationals. Yeah, but before that, he also said that Gennady Kukuinya was one of his first inspirations and one of the first heroes when he started arm wrestling, and he still takes a lot of advice from him. He's a coach of their national team, so they meet 3 times a week and keeps giving them all the information that he knows. So that's another one. Yeah, but yeah.
And Vaktan Muselyani. Was he his trainer too?
Когда в 2015 году, да, Мусельяне, может быть, ну, например, раньше был очень на другом уровне, например, как командный тренер, да, но когда, например, Иракли начал в 2015 году уже в сборную тренироваться, да, тогда Мусельяни был тренером, главным тренером команды, и он проводил тренировки, командные тренировки, это он возглавлял тогда. Но это было где-то 2 года, когда он был командным тренером, да, так я знаю.
What was the name?
Vakhtang.
Vakhtang. So when Vakhtang was the main coach of the team in 2015 when Irakli started, he said he was training with him for 2 years, and that's it. But yeah, he knows him very well. Yeah.
He was in our times. He was like team leader of the Georgian team. I'm talking about the early 90s, the beginning of 90s, when there was Zaur, there was David Shelidze, Irakli Gulchiani, all these guys. They are legends of the sport, you know. They are, and Vekvia Samkaradze, and now the Georgi Kashidze, the trainer. Yeah. He was 60 kilo. He was incredibly strong. Yeah, he was incredibly strong. And these guys, you know, Georgian team in 1994 World Championships, I was there. They won much more gold than any other team, including Russia, in the senior men class. They won, I think, like 7 classes out of 11 or something. I won 1 gold. Andreas Sundström won one gold. Maybe young Germanus. I think 3-4 guys other than Georgians. The rest was all Georgians. Incredible team. Yeah.
Yeah, that time.
Well, for a moment, for some years, Georgian team went down, and then after Museliani came, again they were just up after like 2012 maybe. They again
2013, 14, they start to build up again, and then
true.
Ну, в 2012 году, когда сборная начала вместе тренироваться, да, это начал, как я знаю, Мусельяни начал это совместно тренироваться всю сборную, да, до 2015 году, да. И после этого уже Геннадий главный тренер. И ну, тогда, как вы сказали, тогда в 90-х годах, да, как, это было Мусельяни, эта команда была, например, тренировала Мусельяни, но сейчас то, что делает, например, грузинская команда, это самая большая, это, например, это наша федерация и наш главный тренер, это их дело уже. Они делают все этого, например, командную работу, например, все с нами, что происходит в грузинскую, например, Armwrestling, это вся наша федерация и Геннадий.
So Museliani started to do these training sessions together, bringing the team together. This is why they had such. And now that Gennady has taken over, the federation is more involved in helping and training and helping and doing a lot of stuff for the athletes. And they say this is the biggest time ever and the best time ever for Georgian team.
Right now?
Yeah. They are more together than ever. Yeah.
This is great. This is great. Yeah. Anyways, so is there anything that Irakli wants to say before we close the show? He wants to give a message? Because Janis looks a little bit tired.
As always. I wanted to ask, has he beat ever Jabba? Has he beaten ever Onyani Bekele?
Yeah, continue. If you have energy, you know me.
I wanted to ask, but they stopped me.
No, it's okay. We can continue because I am looking at you. You look a little bit like
not
tired.
Much times I have to put kids to sleep, but a few more minutes.
Yeah, I feel like when is Engin is gonna stop? When is Engin is gonna stop? So I wanted to say.
Okay, Janis, ask away.
But just first let him answer.
Он сказал, что он хочет такую, например, сделать такую, сказать такое слово, что он хочет, чтобы прибавить вес, и он постарается, чтобы каждый те веса, которые он будет выступать, всегда делать свое дело и делать очень хорошие результаты. Да, но финиш это будет, например, большие веса, чем, например, он сегодня, может быть, и не думает, чтобы выступать, например, 100 или 110.
So he said he wants to get bigger, and whenever he competes in any class, he will do his best. He doesn't feel like he wants to stop, and he right now he's about close to 90, but he wants to finish somewhere close 110 maybe. And
there's potential. Yeah. And Janis wanted to ask you one more question.
I wanted to ask. Have you ever won against Jabba Getashvili or against Onyani Bekele or against Zurab?
In competition.
In competition. Right or left? Your teammates? Also great Georgian arm wrestlers.
I think with right arm, I don't think that Bekele can do anything to him.
No.
Right now. But before? Right now, yes.
I think that for many years, Bekele is known with his good left arm.
Bekele injured his right arm with the Solskis.
У него было под матчи, он только с Беткилом, да, Onyani. В Грузии тоже и на Европе они были в одну весовую категорию, да, но левая рука всегда выигрывал Беткили все матчи, например, да, а правая это его, например, его рука, да. А других спортсменов, например, с Зурабом или с Джаба он не встретилась, но, может быть, встретиться, потому что, например, с Урабом в одну весовую категорию не будет, как я знаю, да.
So with Bekele, he has lost every time they met with left arm, but with right arm he's always been better. He has never met Jabba and Zurab before, but right now he feels they're going to be on the same weight class, so he's ready to arm wrestle.
Jabba right now trains.
Насколько мы знаем, он не тренируется сейчас. Он не живет в Грузии, он живет в Испании.
В Барселоне, да.
So,
несколько лет, и насколько мы знаем, он сейчас не тренируется.
As far as they know he doesn't train right now. Yeah.
How about David Samusha? Why
Samusha,
went from 75 directly to 85 instead of 80? Because you are 75, you can easily make 80 kilo next year. And is this because only he wants to get bigger, or is it because he doesn't think that he has chance in 80 kilo? 80 kilo is harder for him? I believe there will be a political answer.
Надо, а Самуше он сказал, что он один из самых лучших спортсменов в Грузии, да, они всегда боролись, они были в одну весовую категорию, просто почему он не выступает в 80, потому что и так, когда в прошлом году, когда он выступал в 75, его вес был 85, например, он сбросил 10-9 килограммов, да, и его вес, например, стал еще больше, и он не хочет снизить собственный вес больше, чем 5 килограмм, да, и тогда, когда он, например, сейчас 89 станет, да, 80-90 может быть, 80 килограмм и уже низкая для него, да. И это и есть
причина. He said that first of all he's one of the best athletes we have in the country and one of the strongest guys. Yeah, and whenever he was competing in 75 for past year, he was dropping at least 10 kilos and he didn't feel very good. So he doesn't want to lose that much weight, and so he didn't want to lose any weight, so he went up basically. And if he will go down, he needs to be very much closer. He doesn't want to drop more than 5 kilos to go down on weight class. So
this is the reason he didn't pull 80 kilo.
Yeah.
Ну, он думает, что просто это снизить вес, сбросить вес, большие веса, это неприятно для него, да? Но это есть для него проблема, и поэтому он не хочет, например, 80 и хочет 85, потому что его собственный вес уже большой сейчас, да? Но есть, у него нет, он думает, что у него нет никакой проблемы с конкурентами, да, он не будет, например, сменить весовую категорию из-за конкурентов, да, он, например, сейчас просто смотрит свой собственный вес, в котором он очень комфортно чувствует, и от этого он уже делает свои выводы.
So he's not changing the weight classes because he's running from someone. He feels very comfortable against anyone, but the weight dropping for him is very, very hard. So he wants to stay as close, like lose as less as possible. And he's now close to 85, so he wants to arm wrestle in 85. Yeah.
But, he said that, a month ago he was like 90 kilo or a little bit over. But he was thinking to make 85 kilo. Why not 90? Because 90 would be too early for him, probably. Is it too provocative?
As always, provocating as always.
But that is the fun part, Janis. As long as there is no disrespect, Is it disrespect? You think?
It's
Он сказал, что, например, почему не 90, потому что когда он, например, уже начинает восстанавливаться, да, перед чемпионатом, его масса всегда снижается где-то 2 или 3 килограмма, да, и поэтому, когда его, например, тренировочная вес и есть 90 килограмм, да, он когда, например, сейчас отдохнул, его вес стал 87, например, да, и поэтому это вес нет для 90 килограмма, да, 87 это не хватит для 90.
So whenever he's like now he's resting, and he was about 9, like when he's resting right now he's 87. Before that he was 90. So he said he's usually, when he's starting preparing for something, he's about 2 kilos lighter than before he started preparation. So he feels if he's 87 now, he's too light for 90 kilos, but he's right away for 85. Yeah.
So right now he doesn't feel ready for 90 kilo, but 85. He will gain more weight, 85. And then he will feel.
Yeah, if he gains more weight, yeah.
yeah. So if we invite him to any super match, he is ready for anyone on this earth under 90 kilo. Is it true? He's ready. Anyone 90 kilo if super match.
Он сказал, что сейчас его вес где-то 90, может быть, да, и сейчас в этом году он готов до 90 килограммов, да, а когда уже, например, через 1 год у него не будет никакой проблемы до 100, потому что, может быть, его собственный вес тоже будет 100 килограммов.
Да. I think he answered for Irakli. Yeah. Yeah. So it's твой ответ был про Иракли, да? Да, по-моему. Да. Engin спрашивал про Самушию.
No.
It was about Irakli. Everything was right, correct?
Okay, then
yeah,
correct.
Just translate.
Yeah, so he said that right now his weight is close to 90. He will be ready, no problem, and next year he will be ready for everyone under 100 kilos.
Oh, this year he's ready for everyone under 9, and next year he will be ready for everyone under 100.
Okay. So if we know this, then we will make, maybe if we have the sponsor and everything, we will make plans according to this. Yeah. So this year 90, next year 100.
Yeah, I think we need to finish up with this one. Yeah. It was a great conversation. Yeah. Thank you, Irakli, from me.
Yeah.
Извините, у него есть один вопрос. Да. Там есть, например, Engin из Турции, главный тренер из Турции, да, из Латвии, да. Он думает, что для зрителей тоже будет интересно, и у него тоже интересуется, для него тоже интересно. Например, ваши спортсмены сколько дней, например, определяют для восстановления перед чемпионатом?
So So the question is for us, for you, Engin, and for us, how many days before competition our athletes recover before? So the rest period, basically.
Before the competition.
Yeah, Janis, can you go for Team Latvia?
I can answer it in English or Russian.
English.
I will answer it in English. Okay. It's actually it's never the same. It depends on your training period before. If it has been a very hard training, you have some, especially if it's some small injuries or minor injuries, and for heavyweights it's always longer. But generally, if we look at it generally, then it's about I have to finish my table time. Usually I finish my table time or my students, I suggest 10-14 days before, at least maximal efforts. And weights we are still doing till 2-3 days before even. But of course, it's not max effort for
goes down.
last week.
How many percent? 20, 25?
Like even 4-5 days before, it's still okay to do with 60-70%. Even 4-5 days before, it's okay to work with, but it depends. It always depends
on the athlete.
I have
also,
students.
Also,
I have students who prefer to have last 2 weeks very easy, and they do just in a week before they do maybe 50-60%, and in last week just a warm up. But I have also students who still 3-4 days before competition are okay to do 70-80% with a good intensity but small amount, like short intensive workouts. So it's never the same, and always heavyweights rest more, lightweights can rest less.
Why you do that?
It's genetics. It's genetics, and it's same as the heavyweights. Train less. Overall amount usually for heavyweights are a little bit less. It's lightweights can do more, recover faster.
More volume.
Yeah.
What about your team? Turkish or preference for you, Engin?
Okay, he translated. Okay, if he translated, I will tell. Turkish team is not like everyone is the same. You know, there are some different teams, and it is up to everyone. I can only say, in my prime time, normally, if I'm healthy, I was doing like table time till last 2 weeks, and then the weights till the last 1 week. But I was doing the like as heavy as possible, and then I was just not training 1 week, and then I was just going competition. But there has been time. I think it is also up to how your training method is. There has been times in my career that I was not lifting. I was doing only pull-ups and table time, pull-ups and table time. So I was doing every 2-3 days. I was doing table time, but not pushing to the end. Like if it's enough. I was stopping there. So I remember myself when I went to the 1999 European Championships, where I won right and left European Championships. I won. I beat Shakilo there, and we went from here, Istanbul, to the Hungary with bus. And the bus was entering Hungary. We were still arm wrestling in the bus. Yes, 3 days later I went and I beat Shakilo twice, and then I won the European. He was like already last 2 years world champion, 97, 98 world champion. But I like, you remember, I mean, I'm telling you, like 2-3 days later, I beat the guy. Just say maybe 4 days later. But we were still arm wrestling in the bus. So if you are used to pulling every 2-3 days, then you can be okay as long as you don't hurt yourself. It is up to your training method also. This is what I want to say. Yep. This is how it is.
Yeah.
So thank you, guys. Thank you, Irakli. Do you want to ask something or what? Raymond, you were going to say something?
No, I'm good.
No.
I'm good.
Thank you, Irakli. Irakli is almost sleeping already. I see.
No, it's good. He stays late.
Yeah, we wish you best luck in all your success.
And send some new records. Strong. When you do 80 kilos, send again. We want to see 80 kilo.
Yeah. Irakli, be careful. Irakli, care more about the quality than the weight, you know, because sometimes we are blinded with I want to do this weight, that weight, and then you don't do correctly after a point, or you may get hurt. You know, it is more important, you know. Of course, you are a great puller. You are my favorite puller, and I kind of see the potential with you that you're gonna become a legendary arm wrestler. You have this potential, but you know, I was thinking I was a steel, I was an iron. Until I get injured, I realize that I am not. You understand? You are young, you are strong, but trust me, you are a human being too. You are subject to get hurt. So be careful with the weights and everything. Don't trust that you are young. You will not be always young. You will start experiencing some injuries. So I suggest you to be healthy. And if you ever get injured, you know, I give you this advice because you are a young guy, you understand? Don't take disrespect. You are already a great puller. But if you ever get injured, take your time. Don't push it before it is 100% healed. I push it. I had surgery. I push it before the time. I suffered for the last 20 years. Don't do the same mistake. If you get injured, heal up, give time, be patient, and then you will have a bright future. If you push it, you will always have the same problems.
Engin wants to take care of you. Engin wants you to be healthy, strong, and give us good arm wrestling. And
you know why? Why?
I know. We know.
I love arm wrestling.
Yeah,
There are some potential guys that can be great. So why would we lose them? Like Gasparin is also one of them. You understand? He's pulling great. You understand? Just these guys have potential. Ozan Koçak has potential. Hamza Zipak. Trust me, that guy is incredible. You understand? And Ozan, so powerful guy. This guy always needs some good advices from the older people who made so many mistakes. If arm wrestling came to this point, trust me, it is by the experiments of the older generation
who came before.
So many mistakes and learn mistakes and learn mistakes and learn. This is how it came. It came here on our shoulders.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Irakli.
Good night.
Bye. Thank you, guys.